It's been such a big 24 hours for financial markets with some really big movements in currencies in particular. Starting with yesterday's news, the main focus here was on consumer price inflation figures for the fourth quarter. Now they came in bang on our expectations, but they're a little bit weaker than what the market was expecting. And that led many analysts to expect that the Reserve Bank may not be quite as aggressive in raising interest rates in the coming months. That in turn fed into the currency markets, and we saw the New Zealand dollar weaken about 0.5 cent against the US dollar and the Australian dollar in the late morning yesterday in the wake of that CPI announcement. Within that CPI or Consumer Price Index announcement, we saw food prices as being one of the things behind the dip in fourth quarter inflation. As producers will know, food prices can be very choppy and they may well pick up depending on what the weather does in the months ahead. But we are seeing a bit of softness in veggie prices in particular, but also dairy prices have been coming off over the last month or so, and meat prices have been a little bit mixed too. Well, what did we see from there? The New Zealand dollar is now down around 2 cents against the US dollar, and it wasn't just the inflation figures. We've seen some real risk aversion overnight, and it's coming from a few areas. Firstly, up in Eurozone, there's still concerns around Greece, and that's weighing on the euro. And out of China yesterday, we had a story that there's a lending halt being placed on several major banks. That's giving people concerns about the Chinese economy, which of course is a key driver of global growth at the moment and a big part of the recovery story. So that really gave financial markets the jitters, and was behind the ongoing slide we saw in the New Zealand dollar overnight and the strengthening in turn of the US dollar. Against the Australian dollar, we went from around 80 cents yesterday down to 79 cents. So quite a drop there. We've also seen big dips in equity markets. They're down around 1.5–2%, and other commodities, gold, oil, all off slightly in the night.